Welcome back to my channel, fellow gardeners. Today I'd like to introduce a plant that is so amazing for beginners because it's, again, low maintenance. It doesn't require that much attention, and basically it is a very pretty plant. Now, the plant that I'd like to introduce is called a zebra plant, and it is a cacti, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to propagate it. From one plant like this, we're going to get at least 4 plants out of it. So welcome back. My name's Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. Now, the reason why I'd love to introduce this plant, because it is so beautiful, it's all about the texture. Now, when you look at it, and we know it's called the zebra plant, is basically they have all these little bumps on the leaves and they're all white. And if you look at it, it makes that design of white stripes, and that's why they call it a zebra plant. Now, the thing about succulents, we always assume that succulents really want to be in full sun. But again, as a beginner gardener, why this plant is so easy is basically it goes for medium light, sort of indirect sun. It's usually, if you do put it in full sun, what happens, it does get scorched. It will dry the tips. And then the thing is, it will change its color. It may go orange or red, showing that the plant is stressed. Though it does look beautiful when you get that tint of red or orange, but basically it's much happier to be in indirect sun. Now, the thing about this plant is that if you do want to have it outside, do put it where you get partial shade and it'll be fine. But if you do have it as an indoor plant, because it doesn't like that full sun, do move away from the window. Give it enough space so that it just does get the indirect light, but not the full sun, in order for it to actually damage its leaves. Now, what is the water requirement? Now, the water requirement for this particular plant is that basically, like all succulents, you water it maybe once every 2 weeks. But I would suggest that you do your finger test. Put your finger in the soil, and if the soil is wet, I wouldn't actually water it. But if it is dry, then you do water it. Now, the thing about watering with succulents, because you have to be very careful, because if you do give it too much water, you will get root rot and you will get leaf rot. And if you do get leaf rot and root rot, what happens is that it can actually go into your roots and damage them. Then you've lost the plant, just like that. So the thing is, with actually this succulent, when you do water, is do 2 watering sessions, because sometimes what happens is that as you water, make sure you do have drainage holes and you do see the water going through, just like that, and let it run through. Now, what you could do, sometimes what happens is that if you do have your well-draining soil or cactus mix, it goes right through, but it doesn't absorb the moisture. So I would run it twice in order to make sure that the soil is moist, and from there onwards, you can do your planting or your propagation and put your plant in there. So basically, once you've done your finger test, once you have watered it, let it sort of dry out. And again, do your finger test, run the water twice. Once it's drained completely through, it's good to go for another 2 weeks. Now, for example, as we said, is that indoor plants. So once you do have your plant indoors, don't put it in a window that gets the afternoon sun, because the afternoon sun is quite harsh. Ensure that you do get 4 to 6 hours of morning sun and place your plant there, but don't move it to an area that it gets a really hot afternoon sun. Now, basically this is a propagation, so we're going to actually propagate this plant. You must be wondering why I have these tall stalks here. Is actually the plant about a month ago was actually flowering, and so it does produce its flower stalk right in the center of the flower, as in here. So now what happens is, to carry out a propagation, what you have to understand is that this plant has offsets from the mother plant, and these offsets end up looking like this. So here is the mother plant, and you get all these little babies that form on the side. Now what we're going to do in order to actually multiply our stock is we're going to take this out, as I've done here from that plant, and what we'll do is actually separate it from the mother plant and then propagate it. Now what I had done earlier is, as you're doing a propagation, as we know with succulents, is always try to do it the day before, because what happens is that when you do separate it from the mother, you will get a wound, which is this thing here. Now what happens is with succulents, in order for it to heal, do give it a day, or let's say 48 hours, where you separate and let it stay still. Now once it does stay still, it'll heal, it'll close up, and then it's good to go for propagation. If it doesn't heal, what could happen is you could have some sort of fungal infection on it, or if you do have to water, it may get root rot here at the joint. So it's always good to keep it out, let it dry out, heal itself, and then you can start the propagation. So here we have these babies which were attached to this mother, and out of that one plant I managed to get 1, 2, 4, 5, plus a small one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants out of one, out of the offset, separating it from the mother. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to just take one out of this. So what I'm going to do is actually get the plant out. And then what you notice with this particular succulent is that it does have very deep roots. And as most succulents don't really have such strong roots going down, but this particular one, does have long roots, and that's why, in a way, you should have a deep, when propagating, a deep pot, so to allow the roots to actually go downwards. So what I did is simply, let me just move that. So just get a sharp knife and then go into your plant. We'll take this one out, the middle one, and just try to remove it from the mother. It's actually quite as simple here. And ensure you get some rooting with it. This is good enough. So that's what I did, is just went into the mother, cut this baby out, and that's what you will propagate. I'll just leave Mama here. So now with this, what we'll do is I'll place it back here and wait for my 24 hours or 48 hours for it to heal. But we could actually now start working with these little offshoots, zebra plant offshoots, that I had actually left for a while outside so it could heal. So now what I'm going to do is, it does have really long roots for a baby. Look at that. And so I may even just nip a little bit here. And nipping is not bad because it does rejuvenate the plant. And yeah. So I will plant that one here. Take this one. I will also remove this leaf. And you can actually do a leaf propagation like every other succulent. I have never tried it, but it is quite, it does take a long time, but you could use this and experiment with it. and do a leaf propagation. So this one can go in here, and as I remove this here, just a bit of the rooting, I will plant that one here, and this one, just remove some of that rooting. And you can notice that some of the rooting was a bit dry, so it's not bad idea to actually nip some of it off. And this one we're quite lucky because we have 2 of them. So what we're going to do now in order to get our propagation going is we'll just stick it in the soil, just like that. And then take this one and place it in here. I've already prepared this soil so it is moist, and then I will keep it in indirect light while it's propagating and settling down. And once it does settle down, I will move it into a slightly bigger pot, but not that big, or else I could leave them in there, and then put it on your bookshelf, on your desk, or even in the bathroom, for as long as you don't have that full sun glaring at it, it should be okay. Now, while we're doing this, what I'd like to mention is overwatering. We do love our babies, and sometimes we do feel that we need to give it that extra drink. Now, what happens is that if you do give it that extra drink and the soil is wet, because as we know, succulents always like it to be dry between feeds, is what happens is that you will get root rot or leaf rot. And what happens is that once you do touch that leaf, first of all, it'll go brown, and then it gets very soft and it becomes mushy. So you must avoid this. Now, if you have, for example, your plant, if your plant does get all mushy and soft and really, basically leaf rot, or if you do get root rot, the best thing for you to do is uproot it and then try to air dry it. Keep it out and let it air dry. Remove the bad leaves and just leave it there. Go back to your soil, change your soil, have a dry soil, and then once you're ready that it's dried up, you can reintroduce it back into the soil and it should be okay. Unless the roots are really damaged. But if the roots are still intact and remove the mushy leaves, air dry it, it should be good to go. So I've got 2 of them here happening, and they look really sweet. Look at that. And then we'll do the last one here. So again, trim some of these roots and then put them in here like that. And then just cover it, just like that. So what we have here out of 1 mother plant is we've managed to get 6 actually babies, which is such a simple propagation and great for beginners. So thank you so much, fellow gardeners. So there is a simple propagation of our zebra plant. Don't forget to like, to share, to press the notification button. We always upload on Thursdays. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we're on YouTube, we are on Instagram, and always do have a look at my Instagram. I do make a lot of posting. We also notify you on videos that are, episodes that are coming up. And so do go and buy yourself a zebra plant and look at, and you'll get so many babies here. So thank you so much and happy Succulents Day.